all they're up to.
Braincake is a delicious, sweet nourishment created by combining 2 or more brains.
Woohoo!
No, we're not doing that right away.
Dun dun dun
No.
dun 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 dun. Woohoo! Dun 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 dun. You like that song?
I feel like I've been warped. I've been warped into the movie American Pie. Is what that. I feel like I'm in a teen comedy, ready to sexually assault a pie.
It makes me feel more like I'm at like a high school basketball event. But I can see your point too.
Are you coming at it from like an Airbud type of situation?
Yeah, I can see that. Fucking
boy, man, Airbud's rambunctious as fuck. Then if that song's playing him, you know.
Yeah, dude, fucking golden retriever slam dunking basketballs to British alternative rock. That sounds like my kind of movie. Sounds like that would amp that movie up a lot more.
It's like if the movie Beethoven, you know, the dog, if he came like barreling out of his house to fucking My Own Worst Enemy by Lit.
Fucking Beethoven the dog had a long night of drinking with a bunch of other animals and woke up.
He's come out and he's ready to just fucking start spray tagging every bridge in South Central Los Angeles or wherever the fuck Beethoven lives.
Where the fuck did Beethoven live?
Well, he looked, from what I gather from the movie, he kind of looked like he came from a posh neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, they never make like a dog movie about a dog from a bad neighborhood. It's always some fucking rich white family in the suburbs. Like, and I mean, come on.
Is there a dog? Is there a movie based on a dog that was kind of in a bad neighborhood? Well, Rover Dangerfield, does that count? That dog liked to gamble. Maybe he just gambled with other alley dogs and shit. I don't think. He chose to be in a seedy area of his own tuition. You know what I mean?
Well, Lady and the Tramp. The Tramp, at least.
All dogs go to heaven.
Yeah. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. That's in the same era of movies from my childhood that like some weird like toothbrush movie is. Like there's some weird toothbrush movie that I don't feel like I've ever been able to figure out. Like I think we watched it in school one time in a class.
Toothbrush movie.
Yeah, it was about like how you should brush your teeth, and it had these like bad plaque guys, and they would fuck up the teeth, and like it was like a super toothbrush man or some shit.
Was this like a cinema release that you're talking about, or is this just like some sort of educational film?
I highly doubt it. It was probably some educational cartoon that was given to him at a dentist's office or something, like donated. It's probably what it was.
I'm sure you could dwindle it down to something much fucking, I don't know, dude. I'm sure you could dwindle it down to something little. Where was I going with that? Damn it. That's awful of me.
Were you going to go towards Caillou being canceled?
No, it had nothing to do with that little fucking ungrateful little brat.
Because I didn't know that happened.
To do with him.
But you said that happened, so I'm taking your word for it that the little bald kid TV show from our childhood did something so wrong to be canceled for. What could he have done? What the fuck could he have done?
He didn't have parents that wouldn't discipline his ass is what happened. They allowed him to have his little stupid tantrums and run all over them. And sure, why not? Why wouldn't little kids all over the world, or generally Canada, because it was a Canadian show. It got canceled back January of 2021, so it's been a little while.
Wait a minute. When you say canceled, this says a lot about our culture. Did you mean like
it's been banned? It's banned.
What? Why? Because bad parenting?
A lot of kids took influence from Kahlua or whatever this fucking name is. They took influence pretty much like because his parents never disciplined him in the show pretty much. Like he'd have his tantrums. They'd just always give him whatever he wanted anyway. And so a lot of the kids, I guess, were mimicking that type of behavior because the kid is a 4-year-old. Right, in the show, he's a 4-year-old, and I don't know. I guess some people thought, like, I guess maybe they gave him what he wanted or some shit because the kid had cancer. He didn't have cancer. The only reason he's bald is just
bald.
so he would. Yeah, well, they done that. He's 4, but they wanted him to retain as much baby-like features as possible. So that's why he's bald.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so
but yeah, let him have his temper tantrums and shit, man. And I guess that was enough for parents to finally just be so stoked that this show was brought to its knees because it goddamn made a bunch of kids feel like they could get away with doing the same type of behaviors to get what they want.
Oh my God, I don't think kids. I don't know.
How about don't let your fucking television raise your child?
Yeah. How about that? How about that, mothers and fathers of America or Canada or any other place Kaillou came on internationally? Why don't you fucking raise your kids instead of saying, sit down and eat Cheetos, you little fucking junior fucking Kaillou copy. Sit down and you become the TV, little man. You become the media. Actually, I'm going to turn you on Fox News.
You become the media.
I'm going to put on CNN for you, little boy. Let's see what happens to you then. What kind of experiment would that be? I think Kaillou has a lot more to teach your kids than something like that. America, Canada.
First of all, I feel like if you subjected your child to watch nonstop news feeds around the clock, I'm sure he would develop paranoid schizophrenia by the time he was in his mid-20s. That's just a random guess at it on my end.
It'd be a hell of an experiment.
I understand why you would cancel or ban a show like that, though, because if I had the power and jurisdiction, I probably would too. If I read into it as deep as that, for the reason of that there are people that fucking just leave their kids to watch stupid shit or just to watch whatever and be like, well, it was aimed for toddlers, though, you know what I mean? Like developmental type shows, I guess. Would that be, I don't know if that's fair to say, like a Dora, you know, like kids would, like a child would watch Dora the Explorer or something and garner something from it.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess,
more is a show that teaches you morality or educates you about your ABCs or teaches you life lessons, like
a Sesame Street, fucking a Mr. Rogers, things of that nature. Even like Bob Ross, all those things. Like it's developmental. They're calming shows. They're not like really. If it's addressing an issue or something a child would deal with or something a child would learn, it would do it in a delicate way. But if you're watching a kid's show that's aimed at kids like 5 and under and shit, and it's just the life lessons being gained, like, okay, for example, let's say Kaillou, an episode, they find a dead bird. And
I don't actually, I'm defending Kaillou, and I literally don't even remember one episode of it. So, like, I could be totally...
it's because it was a Canadian show, man. Yeah. It's a Canadian kids show. I think it may have aired in the U.S. It aired on like PBS.
It's been very...
is what it would come on. It's like the same network that would play like Arthur and shit.
Yeah. I mean, like anybody our age would, or around like our age, in between our ages, would probably recognize the Kaillou. Like it's just one of those things that I feel like the internet has pushed. Like the internet loves nostalgia. And nostalgia gets likes, so you can post a picture of Kaillou's little bald head and be like, anybody remember this fucker? And people are like, yeah! So that's what I know of Kaillou, basically, is...
Well, I feel like he may just be the embodiment of a meme anyway.
Yeah, he's kind of a meme,
I think that's where that came from.
It's memed a little bit, so...
No, he's very meme-ish.
He finds a dead bird?
You could look up... finds a dead bird. And pretty much, I guess, like, we're going to educate the little kids about, I don't know, how death works. Point being is, like, they try to tell Kaillou not to worry about, you know, that it was an old bird, whatever. Like, but it's, like, not grasping the concept of, like, getting older equates, you know, dealing with death and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think it's just kind of weird. I guess Kaillou watched his dad bury the bird with his hands. Yeah, he's just burying it with his hands. Whatever. Yeah. Sure. No shovel, just whatever. Spare it with you. Okay,
whatever. They didn't have enough animation budget to draw a shovel. It was easier just to have the hands. They were already there anyway.
Yeah, my favorite example to use, if I was gonna tell you like brat status that Kaillou has, is that what has a baby.
Do you have a problem with that? Was that your biggest problem with Caillou? Is that his dad buried a dead bird with his hands instead of a shovel?
No. The beef I always had with Caillou was the one clip I had seen years ago of basically he has a baby sister, Rosie, right? Just an infant. And cries a lot, by the way, which also makes the show very fun to listen to. You know, lots of crying, lots of temper tantrums. It's very therapeutic for children. Therapeutic for adults, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, get to take this shit home with you. But I guess he starts getting jealous of the attention the baby gets because anytime, I guess, cries or whatever, they would stop what they're doing and give, the kid attention. So Caillou's butthurt, bro. So he's gonna go in and start pinching his baby sister to make her cry on purpose. So, as a way to get back at parents, that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Okay.
That's the shit kids were taking away from it. You know what I mean? Like, that type of, if I do shit like this, I'll get my way.
So why did he pinch her? Like, what, just to get his parents to come around? Like, what? How terrible was his parents?
I get mad at her because they would give her attention more.
But what he should have understood is that the more he pinches her, the more attention she's gonna get. Hey, Caillou, why don't you pinch yourself? Why don't you cut your fucking wrist or some shit, dude? That'll get you some attention. Apply logic, man. Think about it.
Cut your fucking wrist, Caillou. Fuck you, man.
Think about it, dude.
Pinching babies and shit. I don't give a fuck if you're 4 or you have cancer. Who cares? You baby pinching son of a bitch.
But yeah, that makes sense to me. That's actually an even deeper level to something that I've always wondered. Like, I feel like there's no way like vegetables are inherently like bad. Like, I feel like when kids don't like vegetables, it's because they've seen so many TV shows and movies where they're like, eat your vegetables, little Jimmy, and they're like, no.
Well, dude,
and then they just imitate that. So we just need to stop showing kids being icked out by vegetables on TV. We need to make the narrative that kids love vegetables.
Well, to be fair, there's not necessarily a boatload of commercials on television that's got like vegetables that are badass or cool. You know what I mean? Not like a toucan Sam. He's colorful. He's fun. He's got what he says delicious. It looks. I don't know, man. If vegetables are like a fucking rainbow, maybe kids would eat them.
It's true. There's no good marketing team for vegetables.
Well, sure. You're not going to sell that. There's no sugar on that.
Yeah. But you remember VeggieTales though? But
yeah.
That's that's Veggies with a side of Christian ideology. So that's a little bit different.
Those shows could have been a hell of a lot different if they had Christian death metal playing over them instead of their own little VeggieTales, like in the cutesy way they sing them.
Yeah, dude.
They had like a Dying Fetus type of Christian death metal band.
Maybe.
Dying Fetus is not Christian death metal. Don't misunderstand me. Just I want that particular sound for VeggieTales. Sorry.
I mean, I guess vegetables there may be something a little weird with them though, because I tried to, like, my boxer doggy Sadie will literally eat anything, but like put some lettuce in front of her or like a tomato or some shit, and she's like, is this even food? Like, what is this? Like, I'll eat like banana peels out of the trash can, but I'm not gonna touch that lettuce. Like,
well, you let her watch too much television. That's why.
That's what
you
it
let the TV raise your dog.
Yeah,
you're the one to blame.
I know.
You want to cancel fucking you want to cancel VeggieTales for making lettuce and shit look dissatisfying to your dog. Because I bet you might be able to win. Hell, man, people win crazier lawsuits.
That's true. Yeah, I would be more pressed to sue VeggieTales for brainwashing my kid into its religious beliefs. Like, so you're just like a fire and brimstone priest, just covered up as a cartoon. Actually, I don't know. I don't think VeggieTales was saying like you're gonna burn in hell for eternity. I think it was just giving you good moral messages. But
I think that's what VeggieTales was truly missing, though. It might still be on the air today if it had some sort of like allegiance with Satan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it had made some sort of deal with the devil, like to be able to spread its message stronger. But the catch is just to be able to just sprinkle a little bit of the devil in there.
I think
just
that's what
sprinkle a little bit of the devil message in there.
I think that's what a lot of those like conspiracy theorists, Christians, I think that's what they're concerned about is like, I think they think that the devil is Endor the Explorer and shit like that. They also think...
And dicks are everywhere in Disney cartoons, man.
Yeah.
There's dicks everywhere. Dicks in the sky in Lion King. There's dicks underwater in The Little Mermaid. I mean, not in The Little Mermaid, but in the movie Little Mermaid.
I imagined swimming dicks, just dicks with fins swimming through the water next to Ariel like a majestic
We're all just a bunch of dicks under the sea. Just a bunch of dicks under the sea.
Another thing that I think that same group of people doesn't like, and also before I go on to that, maybe it's you with the problem if you're seeing dicks everywhere in Disney movies, because I, for one, never seen a dick in a Disney movie. It seems like you have to look awful hard to find them. So maybe that's your
what they
problem.
want you to think, man. That's what they want you to think. It's subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
What messaging is subliminal that you need to paint it in the illustration of a cock? Because I don't know what I'm supposed to get from that. Seeing subconscious dicks planted everywhere, is that supposed to make me gay? Is that the conspiracy? Like it's like the water turning frogs gay, that type of thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe it's the same line of messaging like I was about to go on to. Apparently, OnlyFans is making sure they're starting to not allow pornographic content. Like starting in a few months. Well, what I seen on a Reddit comment, so God forbid, do not take this too seriously.
I'm going to take the validity of this completely. I'm going to take it serious.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Thank you, audience. But take what I say with a grain of salt. But they said that there's like these really Christian type organizations that get a lot of things taken down that are like putting pressure on, credit card companies or advertisers for Patreon. They're basically saying like, hey, don't let Patreon keep doing this content.
Damn, they're like the Westboro Baptists of shrewd businessmen.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess that's their thing. But to me, it doesn't make any sense, because what the fuck are OnlyFans girls gonna do? Because when you say OnlyFans, that's all I think about is pornographic content.
To be fair, I don't know if that's just the stigma that's been placed around OnlyFans, or if that's because that may be the most revenue generating source of OnlyFans content is pornographic. Or,
has to be.
Slip me some money here and you're going to get some naughty pics, or, I don't know, finger blast myself or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, what's the same with Snapchat? Snapchat doesn't have that reputation, though, but people definitely do make their money through Snapchat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't, it's not really made for
not like a subscription
creators.
Type of thing. Or, like, for your, no, I get what you're saying. And I'm just saying, like, that it's not like that couldn't be done elsewhere. I just wonder why OnlyFans is the one that's having the big stink made about it.
Right. Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, why is there controversy there? I know that it probably makes
Are we just bored? Is the news slow? Do we need something to spark us? Is coronavirus getting boring? Is Delta not drawing in the ratings views? It's not a main eventer like you thought he fucking was. So you need to spice it up and give us a main event story.
Yeah.
He's dwindling in the lower card, by golly. Delta's not up there yet. He needs to get a few more wins under his belt before we can move him on to the main event. Drawing the big numbers on the news.
Yeah. But I don't understand. Like, it must be there must be some strange reason. There must be some immense amount of pressure being put on them culturally or by people for this type of content to go away, because otherwise why would they stop? Because that has to be like 90% of their revenue source. Like, it's going to be a dead service once it does this. They have to know that. They have to.
Mm-hmm.
So how big of a public outcry is this actually? That's what I wonder.
To me, it just sounds like it's the moral high ground that people are trying to hike today.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it sounds like. It's just people are just trying. This is the hill that people want to die on today. It's the noble cause of the week, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like
this would be forgotten if people quit talking about it.
It's like Caillou.
Honestly.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. Who would have ever thought OnlyFans would be being compared to Caillou? But it's parents who are
Look, if Caillou has an OnlyFans, somebody needs to be calling the FBI.
Now, yeah, that's true. Yeah, now that's a problem. But I don't think that's the case. What I think is the problem is that parents are concerned that they're not doing a good enough job raising their children. And so they're scared. They want to take these things down. They want to nerf the world. They want to get rid of Caillou. They want to get rid of porn on OnlyFans. We got to get rid of all of this stuff so that my child doesn't get exposed to it. Well, it's like, hey, man, why don't you just instead teach your child not to spend $1,000 a month on a girl on OnlyFans who isn't even actually chatting with him, but instead has hired somebody to chat with him to make it look like they're chatting with him. You know?
Tell little Brandon to go outside and make his own fucking friends. Tell him to quit giving money to strangers on the internet and quit. It's my money. I give it to you so you can have food in your house. You're a grown man. You're 45. Quit asking for money to see foot pictures on OnlyFans. God damn it, Brandon. I'm 86 years old, Brandon. I'm hurting, Brandon. My bones hurt, Brandon.
Brandon, I only get $800 a month in my social assistance, my government assistance, and you take $700 of that and for feet pictures that you can Google image search. Why
and
do you
want
do
the
this,
last
Brandon?
Fucking bit of my food stamps money so you can have fucking Coca-Cola and Pepsi products
and
all
Monster.
scattered throughout your refrigerator.
Monster to stay up late and jerk off all night.
That's all you want to do is drink Monster and jerk off, Brandon. That's all your life is OnlyFans, monsters, and masturbation. How dare you?
But also, I guess maybe people are concerned that their daughter may grow up and choose to make their livelihood that way instead of getting a traditional job. But let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
I would support your right to do that. Listen, if I could make money off of OnlyFans instead of working at the Dollar General, that sounds like a bit.
Yeah.
If I can just do this and show a tit and take a pic every day or two, yeah, I know that's traumatizing, isn't it, to see a tit? How about the other one? You want to see the other one? Here's the right
damn
one.
It, dude.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, they're pink, just like the wall behind me. Yeah. You know what?
Oh my God.
How great would it be to just made $100 off that? You know?
I don't think all of it is out of envy and stuff that people are like would be mad at OnlyFans. Sure, I'm sure some of it is. It would have to be. Because like you said, I mean, if I had easily that option, if I could just pull a nut out or something, I mean, it's a nut. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like,
There's
I'll show it to you for $5. Do you think I feel less dignified as a human being or less pride? I have news for you, sir. I threw those banks out a window a long time ago. I lost all of that long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you a nut. It's a nut. You have nuts too. I mean, a lot of people on this planet have nuts. You ain't gonna see anything that you ain't seen before. It's a nut, but it's my nut. And if you want to pay $5 for that nut, I will give you this nut. I will serve it. I'll wrap it in a blanket if you want me to, or put cheese on it. Hell, I don't know. People are into some weird shit on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And to speak on it before I lose it, OnlyFans I'm not worried about OnlyFans and affecting people. I would much rather take a machine gun and terminate Caillou for teaching kids that temper tantrums are cool than OnlyFans may or may not subjecting people to the idea that they can make money by prostituting themselves. I would even go as far to say blow TikTok up, because TikTok is much more damaging to the goddamn brain than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree.
That's what I would say.
That's what's weird is it seems like the things that end up taking the brunt of the damage are the things that on the surface seem bad. You know, like on the surface it seems bad because it's a sex service, it's sex workers, whatever. It's titties, children shouldn't see titties, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. But like, how about?
But if you're that worried about it, don't give kids the fucking access to a card either, where they can purchase those things. You know what I mean? Like OnlyFans is a subscription service, like that's paid based. Am I wrong? I don't know how OnlyFans work.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. You basically like you pay somebody monthly to like be able to interact with them and get like exclusive.
But nothing's free on there, right?
No, I don't think so.
It's like a Patreon, right? Like it's not free. Like at least $1 base or something.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like Patreon. Yeah, I mean there may be some stuff that you can get on there for free, but it's gonna be like teasers. It's gonna be like half a titty instead of a whole titty, so you pay for the whole titty.
Gotcha. It's like Cameo might show you 5 seconds of a 10-second clip that somebody's gonna make $50 off of you. Be like, oh well, that was great. That's awesome. I'm glad I spent that money. That was good. That was good expenditure of my funds. I will say, I don't know if it's detectable, but I will apologize for the lag in advance, folks. We are doing this through Zoom for once in a lifetime, and I'm away from my hiatus from this podcast, all 2 weeks of it.
Yeah. I seen a little bit of lag. Hopefully, like you said, it isn't showing up for them, but Zoom. It's okay every now and then. Like we said, you know, the in-person aspect is always better because there's way less room for technical difficulties.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for lag, man, I wouldn't mind to do this more often through Zoom and stuff, but technology just tends to be unreliable when we try Zoom.
Yeah. It's almost as unreliable as Halo Master Chief Collection servers.
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty goddamn unreliable.
Is anybody gonna do anything about that? Like, are you?
No, they say suffer until Infinite comes out.
Yeah, but I wonder. I hope there's still a community for Master Chief once Infinite comes out. I would say there will still be quite a bit of people on there. I don't know if that will ever really die. So please fix it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I think Halo 5 is just the one that's going to get lost in oblivion.
Yeah, so unmemorable in so many ways.
That one, I mean, even for me, I played it for a good long time, but Halo 5 just never stuck with me, and I abandoned it pretty quick and just went back to Halo 4.
Yeah, and I mean
that was before Master Chief Collection, though. By the way,
yeah, the Master Chief Collection, you can't really get a better bang for your buck than that. Is it $60? I
think so. It's the orange box of Halo.
Yeah, I mean, you get you get Halo 1, 2, a different version of 2. You get 3, you get 4, and Reach. So you get all those games for fucking...
Don't you get ODST as well, or am I wrong?
Yeah, you do get ODST. Yeah, we just never really play it. That's kind of... I mean,
well, the thing too with that, you can individually install Halo games, so it's easy to lose track. Unless you're looking at which ones you have, then I guess you wouldn't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. There are that's the like servers on Master Chief Collection. Like the fact that you will get kicked out of like every 3 games that you play, like the game will just crash. Or like you'll get lost in translation before the match starts, and then...
I feel like 1 out of every 3 is being generous.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then
I think you might get lucky and get to 3 before it happens.
And then you're banned for 10 minutes for leaving
it
the game.
increases. It increases every time that you lose connection like that. That ban time gets just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And when I say just a little bit longer, I mean like it almost like fucking triples. Like I think the first time might be like 5 minutes or something, which is practically long enough if you're like me or I don't know, like us in general. We'll sit there in an Xbox party and just like dick around for a few minutes, not even think about it before we jump into the next game. And then that's when we find it. By the time we find that one of us have been banned, it's like, oh, well, it's already lifted. So let's go again. Lose connection. Then the next time it's like, hey, motherfucker, we noticed that you've been getting kicked out of our games because of our servers are getting rather shitty and we don't like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to ban you for 15 minutes now because of something that we did, but we don't like you. So we want you to sit there and sit on a fucking dick and spin really hard until you throw up and you come back in 15 minutes and we'll try to see if your attitude's better. You'll sit there and be subservient to our shitty servers, you piece of shit. You fucking pusillanimous piece of garbage. Fuck you.
Yeah. And that's basically what they say. Yeah. What was that word you said there? Pusillanimous? Is that a word?
Pusillanimous. Yeah, that's a word. Fucking don't. It was gross enough for me to use.
Well, we went back and watched some of the old brain cakes recently. I still continued that tradition today, and I seen in the 420 episode, Gunner was describing Brock Lesnar with 10 toes on each foot, and I called him a Mongoloid, and I was like, is that a word? And I looked it up. Yeah,
Mongoloid is a word.
Okay, well, what is a Mongoloid to you, my friend?
To me, a Mongoloid is like a Neanderthal.
Okay, maybe that's right. To me, I thought a Mongoloid was just like
someone
a
of primitive nature.
Well, it's apparently just Mongolian people.
Oh, well, that's horrible then.
I know, right?
God damn it, that's horrible.
Why do we think that? Why do we think Mongoloid is like a negative term for like a monstrous or like Neanderthalist person when it's just a Mongolian person?
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so sorry to the Mongolian people out there.
Is there nothing else? I mean, like, can you Urban Dictionary that shit?
Let's try it. Let's figure this out once and for all.
What is a Mongoloid?
I mean,
you get crucified St. Peter's style, man, if this ends up being like a slur.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to figure this out so that I can publicly apologize if I've said something wrong.
Yeah, publicly apologize. Apologize for the shit that had no malice behind it, you rotten fuck. Please. I demand it.
So the dictionary definition is relating to the broad division of humankind, including, the indigenous peoples of East Asia, Southeast Asia, and the Arctic region of North America. So
primitive people.
Okay, yes, in the past, yes, such as Mongolian race, yellow, Asiatic, and Oriental have been used as synonyms.
Well, Oriental is considered offensive, too.
A group of people formerly considered to constitute a race of humans having Asian ancestry. Term used to describe the people of East Asia. That is no longer politically correct in general usage.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm so sorry to the Mongolian people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I insulted you. I spat on your heritage and didn't even know it? Huh. Well, God damn it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry, Mongolians.
Yeah.
Damn it, Mongolians.
Well, I was gonna move on from before we got caught up in that, and I had to publicly apologize for my terrible actions.
It's over, man. It's over. We're done.
I know.
It's over with.
But before I did that, I was gonna go on from Halo Master Chief Collection and its flaws and go on to talk a little bit about Back 4 Blood, because I don't think we've really, we played it that night, the beta, and I don't know if we formally discussed our feelings about it, because the internet, for some reason, And I don't know, this just seems to be the trendy thing to do on the internet when like new things come out, especially video games. People just love to like only talk about the flaws and not give any game any credit. And I thought Back for Blood was pretty good. I mean, of course, like it had some issues, like it was a little clunky in some ways, but it's a beta. So
I'll defend the criticism then. I mean, like, okay. I'll defend the negativity towards it because that's just exactly what you said. It's the beta. You should be looking for the flaws. You should be looking for shit that's messed up. Unless they're just shitting on how the game plays as a whole, then that's different. But if they're just like finding bugs and stuff, I would hope they would be doing that in a beta, just so that way they can fix it before it comes out.
I've seen a lot of people saying that it didn't give the feels that Left 4 Dead did. That like it doesn't.
No, but it doesn't need to.
Right. Yeah.
Left 4 Dead's its own thing. I mean, like, if you wanted another Left 4 Dead, like, I don't know what to say, but you knew it wasn't going to be that. Mm-hmm. Like, it looked a lot like it, and to me, it played a lot like it. But it plays differently enough that I know it's not Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is fine because I don't want to play Left 4 Dead again. Give me something different, man. Quit giving me the same shit. Yeah, give me a new spin on it.
We have those. We have Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and they still hold up, and they're still fun to play. Like, we need something a little different. And I thought it was super, super fun. Like, at first, when we started playing, I was, like, a little hesitant. I was like, because, like, there's, like, the weird auto-aim, which I had to turn off.
See, I didn't even realize that auto-aim was there, if it was.
Yeah, and I mean, but... And I was like, I don't know how I felt about it, but once I settled in, and by the time we made it to, like, towards the end of the campaign, and, like, we had lost a life, and it told us that we only had 3 lives left, or 2 lives left, and it was, like, kind of the intensity was on from there, like, we have to make it through this fucking campaign without dying.
And we never did. We
didn't.
On normal difficulty, I don't know if there was any other difficulty settings for the beta, but...
Yeah, I mean,
like, if that is the difficulty curve, maybe I'm old and I've just lost my touch of gaming over the years.
Yeah.
But it was infinitely harder than I remember Left 4 Dead being, because we were beating those on their hardest setting.
It was our first time playing, though. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Like, the more you adapt, the more you adapt to the game, the more easy normal may feel. So... there was
I can't speak for everybody, but I think it'll be fun when it finally does come out. I think it'll be great when it actually does.
I do too. I mean, we had a classic Left 4 Dead moment where, like, you and Jer were like, we had to plant these bombs on a boat, and you and Jer had made it back to where you needed to, and like the time was ticking down, and I literally crossed off of the boat with like 3 seconds to go. And I was just like thinking I was gonna fucking blow up on the boat. But
the boat said, "No, we don't want any more kiwi." But no, dude, it really was fun though. Like, you definitely have it. You have to have 4 people playing it, or like you have to have a full party. Those games just because the AI, if the AI ends up being as fucking stupid as they are in the beta, like if you don't have anybody filling all your party slots, it's just AI controlled party members. Holy shit! I don't know what they were doing. We had one. He was just teleporting all over the place.
Yeah. He'd like literally just like he'd jump off a platform, he'd just run around down there for a little while, and then like snap, he'd just be back with you. Like, what's up, man? Killed some zombies down there. His
nameplate's like playing ping pong with his nameplate.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
But did Left 4 Dead do that? I mean, like, I know, like, if they got so far away, would they respawn back to you? If you hit a checkpoint but that wasn't hitting checkpoint. That was us all just standing still, and it was doing that. Like, bro, where are you going? The weapons are up here.
You always knew, like in Left 4 Dead anyway. Like there was no like having a computer. If you had a computer character, you're like 25% more doomed. Like you have to have 4 people, but that's what makes it so good, you know? Like we'd actually like having friends, having a full party of 4 people, like getting four of your friends together and actually sticking around through a campaign that lasts a couple hours is like what makes those games so great. And also, I guess there is a bit of greatness to having a computer around that you blast while you're in the safe room. You know, whenever you get frustrated.
Yeah, it's always good to just blast a rando.
Yeah, that would
like
be
AI or not. I mean, like, have you? Jesus, dude, that was a bad game to get trolled into. It was Left 4 Dead, by the way.
Yeah.
If you had someone just join your campaign and they just start fucking mowing down everybody in your party, it's like, really, man? You had to come in here just to do this to me? Why are you doing this to me?
Man.
Could you not have fucked off? As like you could have like not been born or some shit. Like you could have served a much greater purpose in life by not existing.
Well, that's a pain, but I don't know. You're not a Minecrafter, so you don't really know the pain of having somebody join your server and dropping TNT and just detonating it and destroying your creation and then leaving.
No, I can kind of imagine because I played Kingdom for Keflings and had a whole city just get goddamn destroyed by somebody kicking my stuff around and then just leave the game like, thanks, man. I didn't dedicate like hours to this to get these achievements and all that stuff just to have some rando come in and fucking rape and pillage my goddamn city that I worked so hard for and kick these little Keflings around.
Yeah, you know.
Demanded them to mine ores and diamonds and goat fucking skin and everything else.
That's one of the only things I really remember about Kingdom for Keflings is just the ability that I could kick the Keflings with my avatar.
Well, that's all that really mattered. You can kick the Keflings, you can kick each other. That's all the game. You could pay $10 to kick your friend's avatar in the ass.
Fuck yeah.
What
dude.
a purchase.
Yeah. All those like gimmicky things that came along with Xbox avatars. That was one of the games that was actually pretty good that you could use your avatars in. Like, I think because the game mechanics weren't like secondary to the fact that you could use your Xbox avatar like so many other Avatar games were.
Yeah, like Fall Flat or any stuff like that. Like there's a lot more now that are avatar based. Snapchat freaked me out the other day. I'm not really switching subjects on you, but
they changed
their avatars have updated.
Yeah, I seen that.
It freaked me the hell out. I'm like, what is this? Like, I was a brat or like Bratz all of a sudden. It was kind of strange.
Like Bratz dolls.
That's what it felt like to me. At least, maybe unless I just naturally look like a Bratz doll.
No, I don't.
The hairiest doll you've ever seen.
I think you look far from a Bratz doll. I would love to see a braincake Bratz doll collection, though.
But come on, man. Don't I just look like a fucking just sweet little doll to you, man?
Yeah.
Come on.
There was also I seen a video the other day about Kinect, like Xbox Kinect, and I was like, that came out around, or that is at least in the same category of like gimmicky shit that has occurred.
I was actually going to bring the Kinect up whenever you were talking about fucking whatever the hell we were talking
avatars,
about.
Xbox avatars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, talk about fucking garbage games that had no
money
replay.
Well wasted.
Yeah. I mean, you could maybe have a handful of games, like 2 or 3 games that were actually fun on Kinect, but most of them were just like better in the advertisement than they were to actually play.
Yeah, well, you say you could own a handful. I would argue that a handful was all that ever came out for the Kinect.
That's true too.
That was specifically meant for the Kinect. I would argue there's just like maybe 2 handfuls worth of actual games in their lineup that actually came out for Kinect.
You had that one game that came with it where the only thing I remember about it is that you were floating down a river in a little...
Is it like Joyride or some shit?
Yeah, maybe. You're like in a floaty and you can jump over stuff. You have to actually jump. And
yeah, there were several games. It came with every Kinect as soon as they came out, as far as I can.
There was like a
I have
boxing
one
game.
other game. Yeah, that's the one I has like Fighters Uncaged or some shit like that.
Yeah.
The Kinect functions were so goddamn wonky. Like, it didn't even really matter. It didn't help. I felt like a fucking jackass in my room, just throwing fists like that and fucking and not hitting anything on the screen. I feel stupid doing this anyway. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, man, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? A crazy person would do this.
Yeah, and come on, man. We don't even want to get up at this point to put a physical game disc in the Xbox, let alone have to stand up to play the video game. I mean, come on now. That's a lot of effort. It's not just something you do all the time.
Even for me, like, I'm like, even the Wii U, Switch, fucking even PlayStation 3, I guess, whenever it had like the wand or whatever, it was their answer, I guess, to the Kinect.
Yeah.
Even those I would feel more comfortable with, because one of my hands is actually doing something, you know what I mean? Like, this still feels like a game in a sense, I guess, because I still have a controller in my hand, even though it's corresponding to whatever the fuck I'm doing with my hand movements, not so much what I'm doing with the buttons.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Kinect, you're just like hands free, stand in the middle of your room like a fucking dork, and here we go. Let's pretend to fight somebody or skate or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it wasn't up to par. And you know what? While we're on the topic of video games, we might as well discuss what we were talking about earlier and just complain a little bit about Rock Band and why there's still not any fucking, like, instruments being released by any company, yet Rock Band still expects us to continue to play the games.
The DLC for Rock Band continues to churn out. It churns out still every month.
I know. I looked at the YouTube. I looked at the Rock Band YouTube, and it had like, I don't know, it's getting like 1,000 views on like everything that they post, like advertising the new songs of the week or whatever that are up. And I'm like, it just makes me so angry because, we love Rock Band so much. We that's like our shit for a long time. That was our shit, like our favorite game ever. And it just bugs me that they don't see the error in their ways. The error.
It's been ripped away by the sands of time. Just because no one's making the instruments, man. It is disheartening, because I love Rock Band. And I could still kind of play it because I was always a vocals player with Rock Band. You know what I mean? Like, so as long as I could just buy a new microphone, I could easily just pop Rock Band in. But I'm with you, man. Like, I would play every instrument. I'd like to be able to just be versatile and just, if I wanted to fucking pick up the guitar and strum along like a dum-dum for an hour or two, I could. If I wanted to plop down to a drum kit that actually functioned and half the buttons weren't swelled up to the point they've been beaten so bad that they no longer register, like, it'd be nice. But there's no third party, there's no first party people making them. It's just like if you can find them maybe at a flea market somewhere, or some sort of refurbished game shop. I don't know. Otherwise, you're going to be paying out the ass for something new for a game that still routinely drops DLC and expects you to fucking just keep up with it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, paying out the ass, like, you really mean, like, out the ass. I mean, I'm talking like $200 for a Rock Band drum set, or like $100 for just the top piece, or like $60 for just the foot pedal. Like, the fact that you would find one in fully working condition for like $200 would be, you'd be good. You'd be great. Like, and that's sad. That's sad. Or you can buy the full brand new Rock Band 4 kit, including 2 guitars, a drum set, the game, and a vocal mic, all for $1,200.
What? $1,200?
Yeah,
for
really,
real?
Really, the Rock Band 4 like full unopened pack is $1,200.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is mind-bogglingly high.
I know. It's just like, it hurts. It hurts really bad. It's like, how could we have let this happen?
I love Final Fantasy 7 and 9 with a passion. I'm not paying $1,200 for either one of them.
No.
That's a threshold I can't imagine. And even if I had like fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank, I am not breaking it out for that. That's a ridiculous expenditure.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Just you like what? You know what I could do with $1,200 that's not going to be Rock Band? Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, no, that's I'm not gonna work a whole 2 weeks, 40-hour shifts or 40-hour work week for Rock Band.
That's a shit ton of car payments.
Yeah, yeah. It's fucking.
Oh my God.
It's saddening. It's saddening, but you know, whatever.
Whatever, man. Yeah, we just won't be playing your game, I guess. You know,
yeah,
the game you keep making new songs and putting them out there for them, but yeah, we'll just watch from the sidelines, Coach.
Yep. We're strong arming you, hardcore Rock Band. A podcast with like 100 views per episode max is really twisting your arm publicly, man. So what are you gonna do about it, Rock Band? What are you gonna do? Are you just gonna stand by and let millions of fans suffer in disappointment and sadness, or bear or skip meals to buy instruments? Or are you gonna give us what we want, Harmonix? Because
what would BillTVShow want, Harmonix, huh? What would BillTVShow want? Do you want him to be his redneck character and attack you and write you harassing letters again? Is that what you want?
How many views did BillTVShow get? Is he like is he something that only we know, like a select group of people know? Or
I really feel like, I mean, the Rock Band community, I don't know about Rock Band community of today, but I mean, like, if anybody was playing Rock Band 2, like 1, 2, and 3, if anybody was playing them at their peak, I can guarantee you, if they were competitive about their scores in any capacity, if they'd ever checked the charts, they were aware of who BillTVShow was. He was like the number one vocalist for Rock Band 1, 2, 3. I want to say he was for all of them. Maybe, I don't know about 4, but I definitely know for the first 3. He had like the highest scores pretty much across the board for any song that was out, DLC or otherwise.
And he also just had a really good YouTube channel where he would do weird,
oh my gosh, yeah, shit. Dude, his YouTube channel was great.
He would like, they have that classic series, Ants on a Log, where it's like the classic snack of Ants on a Log, which is like celery and peanut butter and raisins. They would just make like different horrifying combinations based on that foundation.
Yeah, they would make their own horrible concoctions, basically, of a solid, a paste, and like something that you could sprinkle or bedazzle on top of. Like, what was one of the best combinations? Or it was like tree bark, mud, and dead ants.
Yeah.
You know, stuff that you would normally just, eat for fun.
And just vomiting for 30 minutes. We that's what we need to do, man. We need to have a collab with BillTVShow where we do Ants on a Log, braincake style with BillTVShow.
I wonder if you could get him to do anything. I remember I emailed him years ago trying to, because I was wanting to do something for Mindless Vikings. I wanted to try and do a collab. I was like, man, I wonder if these guys would still do anything. Because even then, that channel I don't think had been active for like 2 years. He was still like liking videos, and you would see his feed was still active, but just no more uploads were coming from it.
Yeah.
And said that he's pretty much too old to even, he felt like he was just too old to even do it, which I'm like, I get that. At this point, maybe I'm 32 now, and Mindless Vikings type stuff like taking hard hits or anything. Yeah, I can understand why you'd want to ease back on it. Yeah. Like, I could still do it, but it would probably be more relaxing, and I would recover. It would take me much longer to heal if I do it now.
Yeah. It looks like the last thing BillTVShow uploaded was 5 years ago.
And it was like, his channel really was. He done a lot of playthroughs on vocals. usually set to the tune of a challenge, like the song "Snow" by Red Hot Chili Peppers, trying to get 5 stars gold on vocals while being covered in snow, or doing Aqua Lung while underwater, which I actually think he did 100% of that song.
Yeah, I have
like
no idea
doing it through a snorkel to a microphone.
Fuck that's possible. I think that says more about the the wide range of things that rock band vocals will accept as okay. As long as your pitch is good, it's like you're good to go. Like, you don't have to be accurate with the lyrics. You can sing your song through a snorkel as long as your pitch is dead on. We'll give you the pass.
That's what I would tell people. I'm like, man, don't get mistaken. I have high scores on rock band vocals, and it's not because I'm a great singer. I just know how the fucking frequencies work on it.
Yeah. I mean, rock band, it really is responsible a lot for me actually playing music legitimately. Like, rock band drums taught me rhythm. Like, rock band drums taught me, basically you can translate like expert rock band drums over to real drums and it be, I mean, totally like transitionable. Like, so
I know quite a few people who learn drums that way, man. Like, or they, like, either they, if they didn't learn it, that's where they took the initial interest from.
Yeah.
I took initial interest in making music just because I think rock band convinced a lot of people they could make music, even though it wasn't actually teaching you the tools. And drums, that's argued that it actually would. It was teaching you timing, which is pretty vital for drums.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So rock band has much of my heart and much of my mind.
Please, rock band, hear our pleas for help. Or Bill TV Show will put a little boy in a garbage can or a garbage bag and throw him outside.
Get in.
So you'll learn your lesson yet. Maybe we should close the show out with that.
Yeah.
With the Lego spaceship.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'll screen share here. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we are doing all right here with internet wise.
Sounds like your computer's trying to get your attention.
Fuck you, computer. You can get this dick whenever
it's trying
I beat off later.
It's trying to do all this work for you, and you're telling it to get this dick. It's a shame. It's awful. Lego spaceship, man.
BillTVShow.
Like, his channel was pretty fun because he was doing skits, stunts. Really, like Mindless Vikings, our old channel, and his, I would argue, are very comparable in terms of what we were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, damn, this was 14 years ago.
14 years ago.
All right. We'll play this and we'll get out of here.
Beautiful. Lego spaceship.
Nicholas, how many times have I told you not to make stuff like this? What is this?
A spaceship.
A spaceship.
It looks like a penis, Nicholas.
Get out of the chair. There ain't gonna be no more of that. I told you not to make stuff like that anymore. Get in the trash can. Get in! Get in! Scrunch, you're going in the trash.
He tied it up. He really fucking tied that shit up.
Hell yeah.
You'll learn your lesson yet. You hear me?
That transition was seamless.
I said stay out there!
It really looked like he threw his child out into the yard in a trash bag. I mean, that was very good camera work there, Bill.
Oh, Bill TV Show. Your channel may not have gotten the credit it deserves. I know you don't know if our podcast will ever get the credit it deserves, but by golly, I will give you credit. Your content was wonderful.
Yes, indeed. Well, I guess that's the show, everybody. Jimothy, do you have any final words?
I'm happy to be back after the 2-week hiatus, that felt kind of unnerving because by the time the second week had passed, I was ready to I was itching for a fight, so to speak. So
who says that? Somebody in Soul Calibur?
Yeah, somebody in Soul Calibur.
Yeah. So
and I picked that fight today, and I'm glad I did.
Indeed. All right. Well, hope you enjoy video games. If you didn't, this episode was probably terrible for you.
And we hope you hate Kalu, because if you sided with that little fucking shit, then that's your problem.
Yeah.
I hope you can't sleep at night.
That's right. And if you are taking the spoon out of the mouths of OnlyFans girls who are just trying to show their titties for $1 by supporting the ban on OnlyFans, then, well, that makes you bad too.
Yeah, stay off TikTok.
Right.
Your brain will thank you for it. You will not lose IQ points.
That's right. Goodbye, everybody.
Later.